Hey y'all, my name is Mel and welcome to my YouTube channel. This, in addition to being the first video on my channel, is also going to be the kickoff for a weekly series that I'm going to do that is a palette of the week series. So if you're not familiar with this concept, palette of the week or palette a week, I've heard it called both, is basically where you sort of rotate through all of the different palettes in your collection, whether it's eyeshadow or face or blush palettes, you know, whatever you want to focus on, and really sort of dedicate a week to each palette. So my eyeshadow palette collection got a little crazy this year. I went from sort of being in a makeup rut to buying too much makeup, honestly. And so while my collection is not nearly as excessive as what you see from the larger YouTubers, it is really more than I can handle. And, you know, I've really sort of found over the last several months that, you know, while I'm rotating through all my palettes and using them all, I tend to only use them once or twice before they get sort of put back in the drawer for a very long period of time. And so while I'm using everything, I'm not really getting to try anything in depth and really sort of discover how a palette performs, you know, a lot of different looks that I can do with it. I tend to stick with like the same look, you know, every time I use the palette because I'm not, you know, using it more than once every couple months. And so I've seen palette of the week videos here on YouTube. I also know that it's a big thing on Reddit. I'm not on Reddit a whole lot, but I know that I think the concept actually started there and then moved over to YouTube, but I could be wrong on that. But anyway, so, you know, this is a thing for people, and I think it's a really interesting concept. I enjoy watching other people's videos, and so I thought I would do some of my own. The palette that I have chosen to start with is my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. This is the third palette that came out in the chocolate bar series. There was the original chocolate bar, the semi-sweet, and then now there's the white chocolate and the gold chocolate bars that have, you know, dropped here within the last couple of weeks. And so that's actually why I wanted to start with the Bonbons palette, is that I am sort of working on a review of sort of like the entire chocolate bar line. And this one I kind of go back and forth on, and I don't know that I've used it enough to really like decide whether I like it or not. And I thought this would be sort of the perfect opportunity to start off the series, as well as, you know, sort of do my research for the full product line review. And so I'll go ahead and open this up and show you what mine looks like. So you can see I've used it some, but not a whole lot. I've actually, I think, tried every shade in here, even Earl Grey and Totally Fetch, which are really not my type of shades, but I have used them, and I like that it's a cool tone palette. I am much more into cool tone shadows than into the, you know, warm tone shadows that are all the trend right now. So that doesn't bother me about this one. I know that's why a lot of people don't like it, is because of the cool tones, and I like I said, cool tone shadows. I just, you know, I can't ever decide if I like this or not, and I think it's because, you know, Totally Fetch, Earl Grey, and then this cotton candy pink one are just not very interesting to use. You know, they're not really shades that I gravitate towards. So when I open this, you know, automatically, you know, about, I don't know, 20% of the palette, like I don't even want to use. And so I kind of forget that there are shades in here that I really like. And so I'm hoping by spending a week mostly dedicated to this, that I can, you know, decide whether or not I do like it or I don't like it, or maybe learn to appreciate some of the shades in here a little bit better. I don't know. We're going to spend some time with this week and kind of see how it goes. I do have a palette that I am planning on panning for 2018. There will be a video on that coming up soon. So this won't be the only palette I'll be using for the next week, but it's going to be sort of like my primary palette. You know, I want to use it the majority of the time this week, and you know, just kind of give it some love and see how it goes. So that is where we're going to start here, and I will be back next week. We're going to do this as a weekly series, so I'll be back next week to talk about, some more thoughts about this, maybe discuss some of the different looks that I did throughout the week, and then also introduce my palette for the next week. So I hope if you haven't already done so, you will hit that subscribe button down below and come back next week and yeah, check out the rest of the series. So until then, have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.